People would be surprised to learn that human trafficking is a pervasive problem throughout Colorado.
I think we often think about human trafficking as a crime that exists somewhere else in the world. And so it's important for us in Colorado to think about how does exploitation take place in our communities and what can we do about it.
So human trafficking is a severe form of exploitation, and it is an economic crime. Someone is exploiting another human for their labor, so it's forced labor, for the purpose of financial gain for someone else.
It is forcing someone to engage in work against their will for their financial benefit, and they're using physical violence, fraudulent promises, or coercive tactics to do so.
The Laboratory to Combat Human Trafficking exists because there is an issue in Colorado, and a group of people like me believed that we needed to organize and really focus on the issue of exploitation.
At the core of our name is the word laboratory, which is about a mix of ideas. You have to have people from different disciplines think together about human rights abuse and how do we understand what it is and what to do about it.
LCHT operates the human trafficking hotline across the state. We've responded to over 6,000 texts and calls just since 2018.
Every single day, our advocates are communicating with survivors of trafficking, their family members, service providers in the community.
I recently came to LCHT's office and my colleague was on a hotline call with someone who was in crisis and reaching out for help. And I happened to overhear a part of that call. And one of the things I heard her tell this caller was, "You are not alone."
There is no other statewide hotline that exists like this in the US, and that is an incredibly valuable resource that we provide.
In the last 20 years, LCHT has trained over 80,000 folks on how to recognize and respond to human trafficking.
What makes LCHT's training and education program unique is that, first of all, it's data informed and it's very local.
We are as inclusive of labor trafficking as we are of sex trafficking in our presentations. We talk about all genders and all identities being trafficked.
Human trafficking is a complex human rights abuse. And when you have research, you're able to get some data, additional information about what that looks like in our state and how to do best by survivors.
One example that came to light in our most recent Colorado Project research was the idea that housing is an essential connection point to human trafficking. People who don't have access to affordable housing are more at risk of being exploited, and people who have been trafficked struggle to find access to housing.
When you support LCHT, you should know that you are directly supporting victims and survivors and preventing future instances of this crime from occurring.
One of the simplest ways that you can combat human trafficking in your community is joining our Hotline advocate team. We have an amazing group of volunteer advocates who are the ones that answer the phone calls, respond to the texts, and are there for survivors when they need.
One way you can get involved in this work is to request a training for a community that you're part of, or a business or an agency that you're part of, and we offer those trainings for free. You can learn about them on our website.
Financial support is more critical than ever for LCHT and the work to end human trafficking in Colorado. We depend on public support every day to be able to answer calls, support survivors, train folks, advance research here in the state.
Victim services across our nation are being cut right now, and all survivors deserve access to a hotline that can help them navigate resources. All survivors deserve access to things like legal support and mental health support that can help them in their recovery from this horrible crime.
I think of my loved ones, my friends, my family, my kids, the world that I dream of for them, and I want it to be one where exploitation no longer exists.